Much for coming out today. We're obviously announcing the Bellator 97 full card. We're going to be announcing all of the main events as well as our stacked New Mexico undercard. We're going to be introducing some of the fighters today. We're going to be fielding questions from the media. So we're really excited to have this card here. This is by far the most stacked card that Bellator has ever put together in 97 shows. We have 2 world title fights, 2 tournament title fights, and obviously a stacked undercard of New Mexico fighters. You know, first up we have the light championship bout, 11-0 Michael Chandler versus 14-1 David Rickles. David obviously fought here at the last Bellator, and he's had some really good fights. Our welterweight championship bout is 11-0 Ben Askren versus 13-0 Andre Korshkov. Both of them are undefeated. It's going to be one heck of a fight. Our light heavyweight tournament final, obviously if you watched the summer series in Oklahoma, King Mo won to move on to the light heavyweight tournament final, and he's going to be fighting 12-2 Jacob Noni. That has certainly had a lot of trash talk going on in the past week or so. Our featherweight feature fight is going to be 15-10-1 Rob Emerson versus 17-2 Patricio Pitbull. Again, stacked card. Just can't tell you how excited we are to have all of these people coming into New Mexico to showcase their talents. We anticipate having a huge crowd at the Santa Ana Star Center, July 31st. It's going to be an early start time this time. Doors are going to open at 3 p.m. First fight's going to kick off at 3:30, and we anticipate going to TV at about 5 p.m. We did have a tremendous amount of support at our last event. It was a no-brainer for us to bring Bellator back again for another show, and we certainly are looking to bring a third one in towards the end of the year. We plan on making this a regular stop every year. So 2014, we look at making Albuquerque a home for Bellator. So, you know, we ask the fans to come out and support it heavily. It is a huge MMA promotion. As you can see, growing every week, it's growing. The snowball effect of them being on Spike TV has been tremendous. Definitely want to get out there, get your seats now. Several tickets have already been out the door. We're hoping to fill it up this time. Last time we had a shade under 3,000 people. We'd really like to eclipse that and keep growing it forward in the MMA community. As you know, this is the biggest major league to come into town. We've had WEC in the past. You know, Bellator stepping up into the primetime slots is fantastic for us. We feel blessed as Orthus Promotions to be able to be in conjunction with Bellator and put on such a show like this. You can get your tickets at ComcastTix.com. Obviously, we'd prefer that you get them from any of our local fighters who obviously get credit for their sales. It's a great way to meet the local fighters and have someone to root for. We also will be having a ring grill competition at the Santa Ana Star Casino. Every time we do a Bellator event, we like to extend the opportunity to a ring grill to get a chance to be on the show prior to going on TV. They will be broadcast live on Spike.com. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Sal Mora, who's the Director of Fight Operations for Orthus Promotions, and he's going to introduce you to all of our local fighters.
Hi guys, thanks for coming out today. Before I introduce any of these guys, I have a special announcement. The bout agreement was just signed today. As you know, the Bantamweight Summer Series is going to be taking place here, kicking off here, July 31st for Bellator. We do have a local fighter on the card, and he will be making his Summer Series debut. It's going to be Frank Baca out of Fit HB. He'll be taking on Anthony Leon, and he'll be on the preliminary card as well, but it's the Summer Series of Bantamweight semifinals, so that's where he'll be on that. I'm going to introduce the first fighter. He went through AAA MMA. He won to get on this Bellator card, and he trains out of Mean One. He's 1-0. He's going to be taking on Sean Bunch out of California. I believe he's out of AKA Steve Garcia.
As you guys know, I'm Steve Garcia. I do train at Mean One MMA. First off, I just want to say how blessed I am just to be here and Bellator everything. I want to thank JR, Sal, AAA MMA for allowing me the opportunity to come on to Bellator. It was awesome getting to get that win on here. I also want to say how blessed I am. God's given me a talent. I'm here, able to show you guys, what I got. So I just want to display the talent He's provided for me. I also want to say thank you, to my coaches, Chris Daniel Romero, my dad, man. My dad's, he's been there just about, every situation. He's helped me a lot. My family, they see me come home. I'm, beat up, black eyes, busted lips, you name it. And, they push me to help me. They baby me sometimes. And everybody's been really supportive in my family, my team, everybody that's coming out to my fights and everything. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all your guys' support, all these guys. It's going to be a great event. I'm actually really excited to see the main event, or main card. With these guys, I know a lot of them, and they're going to be put on the show. The guy I'm fighting, I know he's come out of a good camp, but I come out of a few good camps. So I'm very excited about this bout. I know that, he has a very high wrestling, I'll just say he has impressive wrestling, and I welcome him to this fight. It's gonna be a legitimate MMA fight. It's not gonna be one of these kickboxing fights, one of these grappling matches. It's gonna be a mixture of everything, and as soon as you hear Steve and Sean, coming up, get ready, get your popcorn, get your drinks, whatever it is. I promise you, I'm gonna be putting on a show, and I plan to get that W.
Yeah.
Take a couple questions from the media if you guys want.
Steve, you said that your opponent has an impressive wrestling background. What are you doing, and with whom are you working to try and meet that challenge?
Actually, at my gym, also at Jackson's, there's actually a lot of good wrestlers that I've been working with. Chris Daniel is also, I say the man. He's got it all, got the skill. He's the brain behind it all. And all the fighters that I'm doing as well. I don't want to give away too much, but I've been putting myself in every situation possible that I think I can end up in this fight. And I make sure that I work from it every single day. 2 or 3 times a day. It doesn't matter. So I'm making sure that I'm putting in my work.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Anybody else? Great. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
The next guy I'm going to introduce, he has a 9-5 record. He's fought UFC veterans. He's fought here King of the Cage locally. He'll be taking on Will Brooks. He's out of Farmington, New Mexico. Cris, Leyva.
How's it going, guys? I'm feeling good about this fight. I'm going to go out there and knock this guy out.
Yeah.
I've done some research on him. He's tough, but I think I can take him to the first round.
Excellent. Any questions for Cris, guys?
I got a question. So you used to be at Team Four Corners, but you said that recently you guys have kind of parted ways. So where have you been training for lately?
I've been training with 11th Street Boxing.
Okay.
They got an MMA program down there. They just started 3 years ago, so I'm with them right now. I've been working a lot of kickboxing, wrestling, so I'll be ready for whatever he has.
Anybody else? Any last words for your opponent?
Just be ready. I mean, it's going to be a war. I'll be ready.
The next guy I'm going to introduce, he also came through AAA MMA. He won, you got it, get on. Javier Placencia.
Hey, my name is Javier Palacios. 1-0 with the pro. I train at Minimum and feel blessed to be here. I want to thank God. I want to thank Mr. JR, Sal, Orthus, my sponsors, my team, my family, and all you guys that came out to see us. I'll be fighting Richard Hawkins out of Las Cruces. Supposed to be pretty tough. Like always, expect awards. I'm ready for everything. Been training wrestling, striking, everything. So get ready for it.
Any questions, guys?
I always got questions. Javier, so a couple years ago, you started out at 267 pounds.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
lost over 100 pounds over how long?
It's been about 3.5 years.
When you started training, how fast did that start coming out? And how heavy were you at your first fight?
I was actually thinking about starting like fighting at 205, and then I got to 205 and I started training at Jackson. So I started seeing people like Rashad, and I was like, I'll go to 185. And just like I got to 185, and I had a fight at 185 kickboxing fight. I fought a guy from Chavez, and I still didn't feel right for 185, so I went down to 155, and now I'm going to be fighting at 145.
Any other questions, guys? Richard, thank you very much.
All right, the next guy, he's a former King of the Cage champion. He's fought international. He's very popular here in New Mexico and pretty much all over the world. I've seen him from the very beginning. It's a real treat to see him actually make it this far into Bellator. Donald Sanchez out of Fit NHB. He'll be taking on Cliff Wright Jr.
Thanks for coming out. I want to thank everybody that made this possible. I thank all my training partners, family, coaches, Sal, JR, and Bellator for having me on here. It's going to be a good night. Looking for that KO like always. Finish anywhere. Thanks for coming out.
Yep. Yes. Any questions, guys? Thank you so much.
All right, the next guy is an All-American wrestler, no stranger to the MMA scene, just as Donald isn't a stranger to the New Mexico MMA scene. He's training out of the Vato Total Fitness. He'll be taking on NCAA national champion wrestler Bubba Jenkins, Mike Barerras.
Hello everyone, just want to thank Leyva Total Fitness for helping me train through this fight. I got called about 3 weeks ago and got an opportunity to fight Bubba Jenkins. Like him, he's a 4-time All-American, a couple-time D1 national champion, but like myself, I was a 4-time All-American, so it's not a wrestling match, it's going to be a fight, so I was kind of excited, to put on a show for all my wrestlers that I've coached. For you guys that don't know me, I've coached at Cibola High School. I'm the head junior wrestling coach for Little Rancho, so it's going to be a treat for all my little wrestlers to come watch me fight. So kind of came out of semi-retirement. I'm the old one of the bunch, so, but I'm in better shape than I've been in the last probably 2-3 years, so I feel good about this fight and just getting my weight down right now.
What prompted you to come out of semi-retirement?
I think the opportunity of fighting in Bellator and then fighting Bubba Jenkins, I've been, familiar with the wrestling game, and, he's a super stud as far as in the wrestling community, so a lot of my kids that was the first thing they were asking me. They didn't care if I was fighting. They were like, "You're fighting Bubba Jenkins, coach?" I'm like, "Yeah." So anyways, that was one of the real reasons why, and, just trying to get back into shape, and, it feels good to compete, so just excited for this fight and been training real hard for it.
Any other questions?
Have you done any unique preparation for this fight since you kind of got on short notice? Have you done anything different than you normally would?
I mean, the only thing that I've been trying to do is really just get my cardio going right now. I mean, in such a short notice, I haven't fought since about 4 or 5 months ago, so I'm no stranger to Bubba Jenkins and what he can do. He's pretty much a straight wrestler, as I was when I first started out in MMA, so I know he's going to pretty much try to take me down, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult than his last couple of opponents since, I have an extensive wrestling background myself, so I'm excited, all the West Mesa Mustang graduates come out and watch me. It's going to be an exciting fight.
Next guy to the podium, he also won on AAA MMA to get on to Bellator. He's no stranger to the local scene as well. Felipe Chavez.
Hello everybody, thanks for coming out. First I want to thank Sal and JR for making all this possible tonight. Anybody have any questions for me? Okay, I'm going to be fighting Adrian Cruz on the 31st, and we are friends, training partners from before. But just like any other fight, I go and I train with my brothers every day, so it's going to be pretty much the same thing, going there, but just full on fun.
Any questions? Felipe Chavez. Oh, we got that.
Is it going to be strange fighting than somebody that you've trained with and you know so well?
No. It's just like, at practice I go, I train with my friends, sometimes we go a little harder than others, depending on the day, and it's just a fight, So that's my matchup, so that's what we gotta do.
Felipe's opponent, he's a Bellator, one-time Bellator veteran. This will be his second time for Bellator, in the Bellator cage, I should say. He's out of Judgment MMA, Adrian Cruz.
Hey everybody, thank you guys for coming out. I want to say thank you to JR, Orthus, Sal, Bellator for having me on again. I really appreciate the opportunity. I want to say thank you to my family, my wife, my kids, all my training partners that helped me out. As you guys know, I'm fighting Flip. We used to train with each other before. We're friends. We'll be friends after the fight, but it'll be a good fight. He's a very tough fighter, so I'm definitely preparing for everything. I know he is as well, so I want to make sure I am ready in every part of my game, wrestling, stand-up, jits, make sure I can do work everywhere I am.
Any questions for Adrian?
What's it like for you taking on one of your friends and former training partners?
This will actually be the second time I've had to fight one of my friends. My last Bellator fight was against Nick, so it's nothing new to me. It's just a part of the game right now. We have a lot of tough fighters coming out of New Mexico, so eventually we're going to run into each other, and that's just the way it worked out this time. He won the AAA MMA to get in, and the winner got me. So that's just the way it worked out. But it'll be a good fight. Everyone will be seeing a good show. There'll be fireworks. Going to see a knockdown, drag-out fight. I know he's not going to give up, and I started one as well. So it's going to be a great fight for you guys to see.
So thank you again, everybody, for coming out. Before we let you guys head out of here, I do have a special announcement that I've been authorized by Bellator to make. We do have MMA superstar Rampage Jackson will actually be appearing on July 31st. He'll be a special guest at our event, and he'll be doing a 1-hour meet and greet with all fans. No VIP tickets will be needed to meet him. He'll be signing autographs prior to going on TV, so make it out early, get through the doors early. And we also have Pat Curran, who is the current featherweight champion, 19-4. He'll also be making a special appearance out there. So make sure you get there early. We got some big names that are going to be in the house. Obviously, we have some local big names also who are going to be supporting their teammates. So make sure you get out there early, get tickets early, And thank you guys for coming out, and please support all of our New Mexico fighters.